Well, hello, quarantiners, self-isolators, and bored witches and pagans of YouTube. It's your boy Shane, and I'm making this video during the outbreak of COVID-19, human coronavirus, and I know a lot of my friends and a lot of the people I talk to on the internet are kind of closing themselves in, shutting themselves up at home, staying home from work, not going out. I commend all of that. I think that's great. Yes, please stay home. Let's flatten the curve and let's keep this thing from spreading and do everything within our power, right? So hats off to you for doing the right thing. If you're able to, I know some people are still being forced to work because thanks capitalism. But if you can stay home and you are staying home, my deep appreciation. But that being said, I understand a lot of people are going through some really dramatic boredom or some anxieties, a little bit of depression, myself included, from just not being in their routine and not getting out of the house much and not getting a lot of sunshine and just, the world being in a constant state of flux and getting new information like almost hourly. And like I said, just having their routine disrupted. And a lot of people have expressed, that they're bored. They don't know what to do with themselves. They're kind of going stir crazy. They've got like cabin fever and stuff. So I wanted to make just a short video. I thought of 40 different things 40 witchy things, right, that you can do to alleviate boredom in these trying times. And many, many years ago when I was a freshman in high school, I had this real wacky English teacher who said, only boring people get bored. And that always stuck with me. My first impulse was to be like, no, that's not true. And I thought about it and I was like, okay, I can see his case. So I've said that myself ever since then. But I've recently come to the conclusion that sounds pretty judgy. Because sure, people who have a rich inner life and people who are intelligent and who have hobbies and who are well-rounded individuals will always think of things to do to occupy themselves. But come on, man, like sitting at home for 10 to 14 days can get pretty rough. In the beginning, it sounds like a good time, but we're human, so no judgment. So yeah, I wrote this list and I hope you find it useful. And you don't have to use this during our little coronavirus quarantine. Keep it handy and bookmark it. And the next time you're homesick, or the next time your vacation gets canceled, or the next time you have a day off and you're just twiddling your thumbs saying, man, I don't know what to do with myself today. Break out this list. So here you are, 40 things to do. Practice your favorite method of divination, whatever that might be. You can learn an entirely new method of divination that you've never really delved into before. Better yet, for bonus points, you can invent a whole new method of divination. My favorite is iPod Oracle. If you read tarot, you can design and practice a new tarot spread. You could practice scrying if you have a mirror or even just a dark bowl with some water. You can practice lucid dreaming. There's a lot of great books on the subject. You can practice astral projection if you know how to do that safely. You can play with a pendulum. If you don't have a pendulum, any object on the bottom of a string or a chain works. You can build a crystal grid. That's really pretty. You can build a little shrine if there's a deity or deities that you work with regularly. You can write a praise poem to those deities. You can write your own spells. You can write in a witchy journal, or if you have a book of shadows or a mirror book, you can make some entries on that. Practice meditation, but that looks uncomfortable. You got to do it comfortably. You can pray. Prayer gets a bad rap, but, all it is dialogue with our gods. Make some offerings or pour some libations. You can cleanse your space, and by that I mean your home or your ritual space, whatever. You can cleanse your ritual tools, polish the metal, oil up the wood. You can reconsecrate your ritual tools if it's been a while. Read some classics, right? Some Gerald Gardner, Doreen Valiente, Sybil Leek, Ray Buckland, Starhawk. You can read some new authors. A lot of great stuff has come out in the past few years. You can research the biographies of, like the who's who of paganism, of our ancestors. There are some great apps you can download now, some augmented reality stuff. Get CoStar or interpret your natal chart if you know your birth date, time, and place. You can carve some candles, draw some sigils, decorate them for future spell work. You can sew an altar cloth. You can sew a ritual robe. And, there are some really basic patterns online for that sort of thing if you don't have great sewing skills. You can sew an herbal sachet or sachet, however that's pronounced. You can sew a poppet for future magical use. You can blend your own incense if you've got some herbs on hand. You can sculpt a statue of one of your gods. You don't have to be Rodin or anybody, right? Just real basic. You can clear your chakras. You can do some yoga. It's not exactly, pagan or witchy, but anything that gets you in touch with your breath and your body is great. You can perform a Sabbath ritual. Tonight into tomorrow is the spring equinox. You can perform a lunar ritual based on the phases of the moon. You can watch some witchy movies. You got Practical Magic, The Craft, The Wicker Man, so many options. Similarly, you can watch a witchy TV show. You can watch more YouTube, a lot of great people, Thorn Mooney, Jack of Wands. You can organize a Netflix party with your witchy friends or a Google Hangout. And you can write a letter to one of your witchy pen pals, maybe someone you don't get to meet in person. And that is the list. Okay, did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments, or let me know what you do when you're bored, or just kind of feeling restless. And I hope everyone stays safe out there, stay healthy, stay strong, stay mentally well, and, please like, share, subscribe, etc., etc., etc. All right, be well, guys. Till next time.